Welcome to Capital Countdown. Today, we jump into the top 10 reasons why Donald Trump is widely regarded as the worst president in U.S. history. Love him or hate him, there's no denying the impact his presidency had on the nation. In this video, we'll delve into the controversies, policies, and actions that have solidified Trump's place in the history books for all the wrong reasons. From divisive rhetoric to questionable decisions, we'll explore the key factors that have led to this polarizing figure being labeled as the worst president ever. Stay tuned to uncover the top 10 reasons behind this contentious title. Number 10, failure to condemn white supremacy. Donald Trump's failure to unequivocally denounce white supremacy stands as a dark stain on his presidency. Despite numerous opportunities to condemn hate groups, Trump's reluctance to do so has sparked widespread criticism and fueled racial tensions. This failure to take a firm stand against white supremacy has alienated many Americans and raised concerns about his commitment to equality and justice. In comparison to higher-ranked issues, this failure highlights a significant moral and leadership deficiency that has contributed to Trump's reputation as a divisive and controversial figure. Number 9, lack of empathy and compassion. One of the criticisms frequently leveled against Donald Trump is his perceived lack of empathy and compassion. Throughout his presidency, Trump's responses to national tragedies, natural disasters, and personal hardships often came across as detached and insincere. His failure to connect emotionally with the American people during times of crisis has led many to question his ability to lead with empathy and understanding. Contrasted with higher-ranked issues, this deficiency in empathy underscores a key aspect of Trump's leadership style that has left a lasting impact on public perception and contributed to his divisive legacy. Number 8, poor handling of foreign relations. Donald Trump's approach to foreign relations has been marked by inconsistency, unpredictability, and strained alliances. His unconventional diplomatic style, characterized by impulsive decisions and public spats with world leaders, has often left traditional allies feeling alienated and adversaries emboldened. The lack of a coherent foreign policy strategy and the tendency to prioritize personal relationships over national interests have raised concerns about the United States' standing on the global stage. Contrasted with higher-ranked issues, Trump's poor handling of foreign relations highlights a significant area of weakness in his presidency that has had far-reaching implications for international diplomacy. Number 7, corruption and conflicts of interest. The Trump administration was marred by allegations of corruption and conflicts of interest, with numerous instances where personal financial gain appeared to influence policy decisions. Trump's refusal to fully divest from his business empire and the presence of family members in key government positions raised ethical concerns and questions about potential conflicts of interest. The blurred lines between Trump's personal wealth and presidential duties cast a shadow over his administration and fueled accusations of self-dealing. Compared to higher-ranked issues, the prevalence of corruption and conflicts of interest underscores a troubling aspect of Trump's presidency that eroded public trust and integrity in governance. Number 6, rollback of environmental regulations. The Trump administration's aggressive rollback of environmental regulations and protections has been a point of contention for environmental advocates and scientists. From withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement to dismantling key environmental policies, such as the Clean Power Plan and Clean Water Rule, Trump's deregulatory agenda prioritized industry interests over environmental conservation. The weakening of regulations aimed at combating climate change and safeguarding natural resources has raised concerns about the long-term impact on public health and the environment. Contrasted with higher-ranked issues, the rollback of environmental regulations highlights a significant departure from previous administrations' efforts to address pressing environmental challenges. Number 5. Racially divisive rhetoric. Donald Trump's frequent use of racially divisive rhetoric has been a defining feature of his presidency, stirring controversy and deepening societal divisions. From derogatory remarks about immigrants to inflammatory comments about minority communities, Trump's language often exacerbated racial tensions and fueled discrimination. His failure to condemn white supremacists and his divisive stance on issues of race further polarized the nation. Contrasted with higher-ranked issues, the impact of Trump's racially charged rhetoric highlights a troubling aspect of his leadership that has perpetuated racial animosity and hindered efforts towards unity and inclusivity. Number 4. Undermining democratic institutions. Throughout his presidency, Donald Trump faced criticism for his actions that were perceived as undermining democratic institutions. From attacking the media as fake news to questioning the legitimacy of election results. Trump's rhetoric and behavior raised concerns about the erosion of democratic norms and values. His attempts to delegitimize the electoral process and disregard the rule of law fueled fears of authoritarian tendencies. Contrasted with higher-ranked issues, the undermining of democratic institutions underscores a fundamental threat to the foundation of American democracy, highlighting the importance of upholding the principles of transparency, accountability, and respect for democratic norms. Number 3. Separation of families at the border. The policy of separating families at the border under the Trump administration sparked widespread outrage and condemnation both domestically and internationally. The practice of forcibly separating children from their parents as a deterrent for illegal immigration drew sharp criticism for its inhumane and traumatic impact on vulnerable families. Images and reports of children held in detention facilities without their parents shocked the conscience of many, leading to calls for immediate policy reversal. Contrasted with higher-ranked issues, the separation of families at the border stands as a poignant example of the human cost of harsh immigration enforcement measures and the need for compassionate and humane immigration policies. Number 2. Incitement of Capitol Insurrection. The incitement of the Capitol insurrection on January 6, 2021, marked a dark moment in American history and a direct assault on the democratic process. Donald Trump's rhetoric and false claims of election fraud fueled a mob of his supporters to storm the U.S. Capitol, resulting in violence, destruction, and loss of life. The unprecedented attack on the heart of American democracy shocked the nation and the world, leading to widespread condemnation and calls for accountability. Contrasted with higher-ranked issues, the incitement of the Capitol insurrection represents a grave threat to the peaceful transfer of power and the rule of law, underscoring the fragility of democratic institutions in the face of political extremism. Number 1. Mishandling of COVID-19 pandemic. The mishandling of the COVID-19 pandemic stands as one of the most significant failures of the Trump administration. From downplaying the severity of the virus to spreading misinformation about treatments and preventive measures, Trump's response to the public health crisis was widely criticized as inadequate and chaotic. The delayed implementation of widespread testing, inconsistent messaging on mask wearing, and politicization of public health measures hindered efforts to control the spread of the virus and protect the American population. Contrasted with other issues, the mishandling of the COVID-19 pandemic had far-reaching consequences, resulting in a staggering loss of lives and economic turmoil, highlighting the critical importance of effective crisis management and leadership during times of unprecedented challenges. As we conclude this countdown of the top 10 reasons why Donald Trump is widely regarded as the worst president ever, we've explored a range of issues that have defined his presidency. From mishandling the COVID-19 pandemic to inciting the Capitol insurrection, each reason sheds light on the controversies and failures that have shaped Trump's legacy. As we reflect on these critical moments in history, we encourage you to delve deeper into the impact of these events and engage in discussions about the importance of effective leadership and accountability in governance. Let this list serve as a reminder of the power of informed citizenship and the need for responsible leadership in shaping our collective future. Thank you for joining us today. Please like, subscribe, and share for more content.